We up in here. What up, y'all? Oh, man. What is going on, peoples? Happy Aries season, everybody. It's my time. Shout out to all my Aries peoples. Shout out to you too, Kyrie. What up, y'all? What's that? King Chris? Dex? What's that? Cause I said so. What up? Reload. Come on in there. Renwick, Samantha, D. What up? 419. Carlton. Mr. Miss Kemp. Mr. Mrs. Kemp. What up? Come on in here, y'all. What is that? Nylac? I hope I got that right. Baby Savage. What up? Daylight. Crystal. What up? 100% Riding Podcast. That's hilarious. What up, Kevin? Was that Kevin Alkaline? Ah, I couldn't see it. What up, everybody? Come on in. Come on in out the cold. Did y'all see? How many of y'all you saw the? How many of you guys got this book? I don't know if you guys ever seen this. Came out. So it talks about that power elite, the behind the scenes. Y'all should check this out. This came out a while ago, but it breaks down the little inner circles of their power elite around the world. So y'all don't think that it's all this shit that's happening in the world is by chance. It's, oh my God, what are we gonna do? Well, the elite niggas with the money, they already done figured it out for you niggas. So, want to say anybody for announcement real quick. If you made a purchase of your book, if you made it before yesterday, all your book, everything is out. You should expect it within the next week or so. So don't be hitting me up talking about where my book. Just wait. It's on its way. All right, everybody. And real quick, and everybody who are not clear on the volunteers, if you still want to volunteer for the Know Your Rights Foundation, just go to knowyourrightsfoundation.org and just sign up, and then we'll hit you back. We'll send you to a place where you can fill out a questionnaire, and then we'll hit you back from there. All right. So anybody who wants to volunteer and be, be that section of the Know Your Rights Foundation in your community, because we're growing like crazy right now. So come on in. We teach you the law. Then you take that law, you go out and you teach your people. Go out and teach the people. As Lord said, go out and multiply. You take that knowledge and multiply. So again, knowyourrightsfoundation.org if you want to volunteer. What is Khalid Bay? What up? Appreciate you, man. Know Your Rights Foundation, baby. We growing. This is gonna be our vehicle to cut through all the bullshit in the future. You see all these corporations that are huge as hell right now, and you think there's no way around it. Well, you gotta create a vehicle like that and be just as big. And so again, there's no better vehicle that I think you can be in than something called Know Your Rights Foundation. So you're gonna be pressing them about these rights that they're trying to steal. There's no better vehicle than something called Know Your Rights Foundation. We get that big enough, it's too big to fail. Let's make it too big to fail. All right. So appreciate everybody who's been giving this support so far, and everybody who's been giving donations to the Know Your Rights Foundation. I appreciate that also. Thank y'all. Man, who was that? Yogi Fish. Oh, appreciate you. Yeah, so everybody who donated, thank you so much. We all appreciate you. We're gonna take that. We're gonna take those donations, and we're gonna multiply this information. We're gonna bring the people up about the game. We're gonna bring them up. We're gonna ride. We're gonna ride. All right, y'all. So, one other thing I want to shout out. I want to give a shout out to Urban X, Black Dot and Malcolm. What up, y'all? So I mess with Black. I don't mess with too many people. Y'all know I don't get too many shout outs. That ain't how I roll. I ain't built like that. But somebody, if you pull it out of me, I gotta give it to you. Black Dot and Malcolm, I fuck with them real heavy. No, pause. But I mess with Black Dot and Malcolm real heavy, and Black Dot's wife. I forgot her name, but they got a great thing going on over there. Me and Black Dot, we very much alike, which is why I really vibe with Black Dot. But Malcolm is super smart, really kind of wise beyond his years, and they put together a good business over there, and they're teaching that business to people, to the public. So if you guys want to start a podcast, t-shirt business, subscription business, they're teaching you how to do that all the way from the ground up, everything, how to buy the printing press, all of that. And so get on over there and support UrbanX because they're trying to help you get out the bullshit. This is what we're going to have to do. You need to find a new way to move in the future, if you want to defeat this new system that's coming. So all y'all trying to look for these brick and mortar jobs, you got to create your own way right now. And, and the best way to do that is to let people see you and support you, who you are. All right. And especially if you got something to say. So get on out there. If you want to start a podcast, by yourself or family business, they got it. I think it's urbanx.nyc/family if you want to sign up for their course. And no, they not paying me. I've never even talked to Black Dot or Malcolm. They just cool as hell. I fuck with them heavy, like I said. Pause. But they real cool. Their information is dope. Two Virgos that's just sitting back, analyzing everything, breaking the shit down. And so, I like the way they break the people off. They keep it really balanced. They're not polarized. They just report what's up and they let you decide. So I mess with that. Shout out to Black Dot and Malcolm. And the wife. And Mrs. Black Dot. All right, y'all. So, did y'all hear in the news? What up, Tish? Shout out to the moderators that are in the chat. Appreciate y'all. So I know y'all heard in the news that baby Biden. Man, if y'all don't know that this is some bullshit at this point. This whole, first of all, we got a goddamn senile invalid representing America, which is insane. Like, they act like nobody can see this. And like nobody's watching these speeches or he's fumbling words and doing all. No one can see it. Nothing to see here. What do you mean? He didn't fall asleep during his speech. What do you mean? What do you mean? He was just thinking heavily. He was really thinking about his next thought. So no. So they see that. The world see this and they are like, all right, America, y'all ain't the shit no more. Y'all don't got the boots, the big boots on stomping around in the yard no more. Y'all ain't the big dogs. So they're not afraid to push back. And specifically China and Russia. Two biggest cats. Then some shit about North Korea. They got some shit going on with a nuke. They're about to. Oh, appreciate you. With the salute. North Korea got something, but they're about to test another nuke that they're building specifically for America. So everybody, you got this globalization or this one world plan going down right now, and you got some of these top cats in these countries who are not a part of the game. They're part of their own game. Don't get it twisted. They ain't like no superheroes. And here I come to save the day. No, these niggas ain't. Putin is not that. Putizi is not your superhero coming to fly in and save you from the big bad evil nigga, Biden. Oh, appreciate you. Who was that? Pritthorn. Appreciate you. He ain't trying to save you. They're trying to set up another world order where they're at the top. China and Russia. So this is the battle. If y'all played the game Risk back in the day, that's a game we used to play all back in the day, back in college. So you taking over. You basically Risk is where you take over the world. So you battle, you get your battles on, you take over this position over there. You create alliances. You do. Risk was off the chain. If you end up taking over the world, shit. That's what they doing right now. This what's going on right now. You got cats positioning themselves on the board to take over, and the globalists want Putin off the board because he is the major opponent. Putizi. China too, but China, they can't. China is like. China's too big. They gotta hold off on China. China got too much money around the world in everybody's government. So if China basically it's like a rug. If China pulls that rug from under these governments, If they say, yeah, all right, we want our money back. All the money we got, where our money at? Or the goods that these countries have, that these countries have from China. Oh, who is that? Beverly, appreciate you. These goods, if you look at pretty much every good you have in your house, at least about 70% of them, 67% is gonna say made in China or Taiwan. So remember, so if they embargo their goods to these countries are fucked, because most of these countries import goods from China because it's so cheap to manufacture over there. So they've really left themselves in a rock and a hard place, especially America. We get most of our shit from there. So these are two big bad guys that are left on the table. So is North Korea, but they ain't worried about North Korea. They're like, we'll deal with your little ass later, nigga. But so Putizi got the most. He got the most nukes. So that's why they got to take him off the board first. He didn't want to come in. He don't want to come into the global shit. All right, we about to smash on you, and they're trying to do it any and every way possible. And what they're really trying, I think that they're trying to provoke him to release a small nuke. See, they came up with some shit back in the day where they would do something called small nuclear arms, where they would to make themselves feel better. If they had to release a nuclear arms, it would be reserved to small casualties, like something like 250,000 people, which is fucking crazy. They're just that's acceptable. 250,000 innocent people dying is just acceptable in their minds. This shit niggas is crazy. Now, so they're trying to push, Putizi to release one of these, because then that gives them the excuse that brings in, because if they do that over in Ukraine, and it somehow, whatever it does, it somehow kind of affects the NATO countries, then that gives them, they get to come in. They get to come in, and now they have to fight. They have to fight against Putin. Now it's a full-on war, which is really they really in a war with this nigga already. Just be sure what's going on. NATO is already in a war with Putizi. That's what that's what this shit is. Ukraine is ran by NATO, which is ran by America, which is ran by Rothschild. So we all know what the fuck is going on. Putizi kicked the Rothschilds out because he's like, I'm not a part of that. I'm not a part of your one world global bullshit. So this is them trying to take him off the board. Okay, now because he linked with China, because Putizi linked with China, they like they gotta hold back, because them two cats together is major. China and Putizi together, that's Shaq and Kobe. Back in the day, that's like Shaq and Kobe, or Kyrie and KD. So they like, one of them niggas. That's why you won't see them do any major things against in the open against Russia. All the stuff that's going on is subversive, And again, now he came out. Now, baby Biden, and remember talking about Putin, Putizi came out with, they had bio labs over in Ukraine, and not only in Ukraine, in all the surrounding countries around Russia. They had something like 30-something facilities, right? Now, your boy Baby Biden, Baby Bideezy, he was a part of a private equity firm that funded these bio research facilities, allegedly. So this is what came out. This is all in the newspaper, not New York Times. This is all open news now. So much to the fact where they asked the White House press secretary, Jen Psaki, she was like, I don't work for him. I work for President Biden. Go ask his representatives. Like, what? Oh, wait a minute. Y'all was talking all this shit a while ago that no, he had nothing to do with this, and this is the conservatives pushed. This is a big massive conspiracy by the conservatives to down Biden and whoop 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 and all this and that. And that shit is true. Well, hey, I don't know. Talk to his people. Ain't got nothing to do with it. That's how quick it goes. That's how quick the bullshit goes. So, Baby Biden. So if you know Baby Biden, this dude's a crackhead, pretty much, allegedly. This nigga's allegedly a crackhead. So really, this nigga's in charge of something that big, funding bio research facilities in all these damn different places. An equity firm that funds these. You come on now. You know who behind that? Who behind that? He said in one of the emails on his computer, he said, I gotta run it by the big guy. Who the big guy? So we see what the fuck is going down. So Russia or America is trying to prepare you. So this is one of the other way around it. They're trying to prepare you for a cyber attack, which is pretty much going to be a false flag. Remember, when they always say somebody else is going to do some shit, that's when they prepare to do. That's when they do it themselves. So if they're telling you that it's some cyber attack getting ready to drop, prepare for the cyber attack, that means they're probably going to test this shit real soon. Now, again, that comes from the World Economic Forum. If y'all hadn't got the book, man, you gotta spend the money to get the goddamn book, or go read that shit somehow. Klaus Schwab. What up, Will? Klaus Schwab. He's breaking that shit down in there. So, that's all a part of the cyber. He said the cyber attack. We need to prepare for a giant cyber attack, and that would be even on the level of a nuclear weapon or a nuclear bomb hitting. So this means they plan to do that, because when they shut it down and they turn it back on, this is when this is when you get the digital currency and the digital and the passports, and they're taking away all the food. All the food is, the food supply is coming down there, and they're blaming it on the war. So then they can put a lockdown on the food, or what they call this is why Bill Gates is buying up all the farmland. They can basically control all the food, the food supply. So again, then they can put you on some type of, digital credit system, to where you need to buy, if you want to buy food, you have to have certain digital credits. This is where they plan this shit to go. This is where they plan it to go. I'm saying where it's going, because we have the power to fight back against this shit. But this is their plan, in order to put everybody on some type of digital digital database, digital ledger. And that's what you basically boil down to, is some digital ledger where they can keep track of your ass real quick. So be prepared for that. If you don't have a generator, go out and get a generator. Go get a generator right now. They sell them on Amazon. Preferably a solar generator. Get you a solar generator. Get you a solar panel that connects to us, because they have generators with solar panels on them, but then you can buy an external solar panel that'll increase the wattage of the solar panel. So, man, be prepared for all this shit. Not that you may need it, but when they start telling you all this shit constantly, you gotta be like, wait a minute, y'all niggas have said cyber attack way too many times in this short span of time. So that kind of, when they say that shit, is usually the narrative. It's the talking points that they put out, because they're getting ready to do some shit like that. Now, again, they tested this a while back. Remember when the grid in New York shut down? I don't know if y'all remember that, but back in the day, the whole New York, that East Coast grid that shut down, and New York didn't have no power and shit. Do y'all remember that? Go look that up. That was a test run to see what would happen when they let's cut that bitch off. Let's see what happened. It was mad chaos when that shit happened. So, but they know they had control. They were able to control a certain region, area of people. So again, get your solar panels, get your external generators. If you don't have some cash on the side, go and just stash some cash on the side, just in case, because again, you don't want what happened in Russia when they put the sanctions on Russia. Everybody flooded to the bank, and the banks ran out of money. So they couldn't, people were trying to get their money out, because they knew it was going to be a run on the bank. And the lions were around the corner, and nobody could get their goddamn money. So don't let that shit happen. Go and stash you some cash here or there. Get you some silver. Go if you do. If you know where to get silver, Dr. G sells silver. Oh, appreciate you, Mahari John. Man, appreciate that. Dr. G, she sells silver. So hit up Dr. G. That's Reawakening Minds. So hit up Dr. G. She sells silver. Diversify your shit. Should have a little cryptocurrency, but again, on an external wallet. Don't have your shit inside the system. Have your money on a crypto wallet where you can have in your hand and it's encoded in your hand. Because if they shut all this shit down, that's all you want. That's pretty much they're gonna all your money, if it's in the system, that shit gets taken away. So you want it on an external wallet. And also you want like something like a private coin, like Monero, or what was the other one? Zcash. Monero or Zcash. Those are private coins that can't be traced. So now you gotta get if you own this shit, you gotta get up in the game, y'all. Get prepared. Don't be sitting back watching this bullshit. Be like, you know what, all this shit get ready to happen, but you know, hey nigga, pass me another sandwich. And you're not doing shit. What's the next when the next Marvel movie coming out? You only get to do Marvel and all that shit once you fully prepared for what the universe is showing you that is possibility of coming through. Not that it will happen, but if it does happen, you want to be prepared. You always want to be prepared for something that doesn't happen, and then rather than when it happens, you're not prepared. Who was that? Oh, the Jughead. Appreciate you. What was that? Oh, absolutely. Oh, thank you, man. Appreciate you. Just use the advice, everybody. So, please get prepared. You see them Caucasian prepper niggas? You see them niggas, they got all kind of shit. What was that, Duck Dynasty cats? Them Duck Dynasty cats, them niggas got everything. They ready for the Holocaust, they ready for the apocalypse, everything. So get prepared. Don't let them be the only ones that are ready. And you don't need to get majorly. Oh, Charles Walker, appreciate you, bro. You don't need to prepare for a super Holocaust, but if they shut this shit down, it'll be for a slight amount of time until it makes till they get people so damn to the point where, you're ready to take Teasy out. Because really they're gonna blame it on him when it happens. They're gonna blame it on him because they've already said that he may be preparing for certain attacks. So they're preparing you for it already. So when it happens, they're going to slide the blame right on over there. And so getting you ready for that show. You need to get ready. And then the other thing they got coming out is, so the G7, which is all the top financial countries in the world, they got together and they want something called the Programmable Central banking or digital currency. So a central banking digital currency, programmable. This is what they talked about in the G7. Remember, this is all World Economic Forum shit. This is the new plan for the Great Reset. The code name for the New World Order. So even Biden said that shit the other day. He said New World Order. This nigga said that shit. This nigga he's so gone up here, he don't know what he's not supposed to say. They let that nigga out there, he just be saying anything. Eggs were 25 cents back in the day. I got a pack of Twizzlers in my pocket. This nigga don't know what the fuck he talking about. Oh, that little girl, she smelled so good yesterday. This nigga, he be letting shit slip all fucking day. Old pedophile ass nigga. But he said New World Order the other day, and so again, he's not the first to say it. They've said it. Many presidents have said it over and over and over and over and over. But they know that information gets out there. So how can we flip it? Oh, let's call it globalization, or let's call it Great Reset. Let's call it some other shit, but it's the same goddamn thing. So if you don't get ready for it, that's on y'all. But programmable currency. So this is a way for them to shut the system down. How can they program it? They can program it for if you're not crackinated. If you don't get the cupcake, then they can program your money. They can take your money off. If you don't comply with a certain amount of certain policies, they can cut your money off, or they can cut a certain amount of money off, or they can fund all. That's what programmable money is. They can do whatever the fuck. You can only get this money if this boom. That's when that money will be released to you. So it's coming. Again, you're distracted with all this other bullshit, and this is what's coming down the pipe. So please be prepared. And then as all of this is going on, if y'all, I don't know if you're in America, if you guys are not in America, this is an American thing, but the Supreme Court nominee, what is it, Judge Brown? I forgot her first name. But have you seen what she been had? She is the New World Order judge. She is the chosen coon. she is that. They asked her, just the first thing, they asked her, what is your definition of a woman? And she said, well, I'm not a scientist. I don't know. I couldn't really. You're not a scientist. Are you a woman? All they did was they asked her, what is your definition of a woman? She could have been like someone with a womb, ovaries, who has a period every month, breast, natural breast. Same thing, nature has been since the beginning of time. Not divine feminine, divine masculine, divine feminine. So again, when she pulls back and she says, "Oh, I'm not a scientist. I couldn't tell." That lets you know that she is her strength. She is the puppet. She's getting puppeted. Because if you can't say what your actual opinion is, we know you got an opinion. You just all of a sudden you've been living like 50 some odd years, but all of a sudden you just now come to the conclusion of what a woman is the last couple of years. Absolute bullshit. So now she's on that to push that agenda through. You can see, but also, what else is she? She's one of the people who's been most lenient on pedophiles. I call her the pizza judge. That's what I call her. She's that. She been letting pedophiles off. She let one off talking about, I think he was an 18-year-old or something, said he was they were in close to the victim was 8, allegedly. Victim was 8, said they were close enough in age, let this nigga go. He did it again. So again, now this is Biden's personal pick. What do we know Biden be doing? This nigga be, hey little mama. Sniffing on little, he be sniffing on people. Little youngins. All of this shit is coming out. He can't hold it in. He too old now. All of this bullshit that he used to do, all the fuckery just coming out. He get close to little girls. Oh, who was that? I am amazed. Appreciate you. Oh, I didn't see what you wrote. Damn. But yeah, he get too close to little girls and he be allegedly. Well, actually, we seen him do it. Ain't allegedly. We seen him do it in a White House setting when they were when they were at the White House and they had all the people around. He was sniffing on the little hair. So again, you see what's going on. Your homegirl, Maxwell, she about to get off on a technicality. She about to get off on a technicality because one of the jurors was abused as a kid and he didn't release that information. So now you're biased. So that says now you because you didn't release that, you didn't release your bias beforehand. So now that's a mistrial. And we go, man, you think they didn't have this shit planned from the jump? They gonna continue that goddamn shit. You think they was gonna stop that goddamn that train from going? Nope. We gonna distract you niggas with a gang of bullshit with the Boogie V and war and transgender bullshit and and Joe Rogan and racism and all this and that, and all the while we still got our little our little railroad of pizza. Our pizza railroad still moving, still mashing. They ain't stopping. They do ritual. That's some ritualistic shit that goes back in their circles, in their ritualistic circles, hundreds and hundreds of years. So you think you're gonna stop that shit? So be aware of homegirl, and she's there to push legislation through to allow this shit to be a part of society. Even on Twitter, they're allowing people who call themselves as MAPS, which is minor attracted persons. They're allowing them people to be classified as that and be on the Twitter shit. What is going on right now, y'all? This is a total upheaval of nature. This is a total upheaval of nature. because most of this shit is man-made, it's man-created within this little society. And they're flipping this shit in order because they know if your mind is unstable, it's much more controllable. If you don't know, if you fucking around and you going back and forth with who you are and what society is and all this and that, man, you ain't gonna be worried about who the hell is running this shit behind the scenes. You know, nigga, I don't give a fuck, nigga. I'm trying to figure out, am I a boy, am I a girl, you know, this, am I that, you know, do I like kids, do I like that? You trying to do all this and that bullshit. He doesn't like gay people. He doesn't like black people. He doesn't like Asians. He doesn't. And you're doing all this and that shit. They have got y'all niggas. They just moving around putting in you niggas. But you allow it because you don't know. They also have something called. Did y'all see? They have a child sex education camps that they're trying to push. I don't know if y'all saw it. Go look this shit up. Child sex education camps for little kids. Like like 5 and 6 and 7 and shit. What the hell do little kids need to know about sexuality at that age? You need to come into that knowledge when you fucking know who you are, when you're exploring out into the world, when you're an adult person able to, you know, exert your free will out there in the world and, you know, and you have whatever experiences that are going to shape you. But you don't need to be indoctrinated into that shit as a child because a child has just a blank mind, just a blank canvas. And whatever you download into a child, they'll go with that shit. And then later on in life, when they start to develop, their frontal lobe starts to develop after 25 years old and they start to really figure out who they are. And then you got these motherfuckers confused. When you really want to be a part and you start to be like, oh shit, okay, something's a little up right here. So the head of the camp is a witch. You know, Wicca. That doesn't mean anything bad. Just so y'all know, Wicca is just ancient knowledge on nature. It's basically Moorish knowledge that deals with nature, right? From the feminine using the masculine principle. That's really what Wicca, witching, or you know, that witch power is. So, but they're teaching these kids this at these young ages again, so they're indoctrinated with it. So again, when they come up, it's a part of society. And especially for America, if you guys don't understand, America is, I keep telling y'all, America is the big giant they got to take down because of the Constitution and the laws that America has. You have a ill system of laws if you understand how to use them. But this is why they took civics out of most schools, because they don't want you to understand the government. But when they start flipping that shit, but you guys have the power, but you just don't know it. But if they start implementing this type of shit, kids do not need to know anything about sex at that age. They're children. What the fuck do they need to know about sex at that fucking age? Absolutely nothing. They need to be discovering how to mathematics and and all the rest of the shit, how to live within these universal laws, how to work these universal laws. And then when you get old enough to have that, then you can figure that out on your own. But again, they're teaching this because they want this a part of mainstream world. So as you can see, the woman of the year again was a dude. Or would they go transgender? She was a woman, the woman of the year. Woman of the year. Transgender. Second time. The first time was what's your boy? Bruce Jenner. Or Caitlyn. As he calls himself now. He wasn't even a transition woman for a year. And then they gave him Woman of the Year. Wait a minute, what about all these other women who've been mashing out as women their whole goddamn lives? So again, this year, another man who's who's dressed up like a woman is the Woman of the Year. What happened again? Now I want, like, you guys can have whatever opinion you want, but women, This to me is taking out the divine feminine. This is convoluting the understanding of nature, of the connection of the divine masculine and divine feminine. When you start to convolute and corrupt that idea, that vibration, you're gonna have a lot of fuckery that comes from that. So women, you have got to start sticking up and stop thinking, oh, I'm being politically correct when I back this shit. Because they coming for your shit. You are the natural divine feminine. Nature, the universe didn't pick them for that in this experience. They may have been that in the past experience, which is why they feel that energy, but the universe made you this in this life, in this experience for a reason. You're supposed to go on with that and learn the lessons from that in this experience. Not fall back on what, the energy that you felt comfortable with. No, and you don't change through comfort. You got to have some type of strife, some type of resistance in order for you to grow and get stronger. And so you are in this life as you are for a fucking reason. Sorry, you might have been something else in the past life, but you this now. This is what the universe made you now. And you aren't. And yes, we're all gods, but we are not. We are not the all. We are not the universe. And whatever whatever the universe chose us to be at this time, and even if we chose this to be, if we chose this in the etheric plane, in our energetic plane, when we came here, before we came here, if we consciously chose to be whatever we came here to be, then you need to figure out why you chose to be that, or the universe chose you to be that, and stop trying to run from it and learn those damn lessons. So women, they're trying to call women now baby carriers. You're not natural women, you're baby carriers. What the fuck? Baby carriers? Because you can shoot a dude up with some fake ass estrogen, that makes them a woman. Or you can stick some silicone in the chest, or cut their dick off and turn it into a fake clit. But that makes them a woman? No. And you women have to start sticking up for this, because they're flipping your godness, your goddess energy. They're trying to change that, or they're trying to usurp that energy. And that's the masculine in this world, because they see that patriarchy, again, has ruled for so long. That energy is flipping. The feminine energy is rising. But they can't usurp that. They can't usurp that energy. That's not you. Stop that. Now, if you want to be gay and all that, whatever, do that. But stop trying to usurp the natural goddess energy that is the divine feminine. So, women, you got to start fighting back against this shit. And I don't mean going and going in and confronting people who are transgender. All I mean is ride for who you are. That doesn't mean you got to down anyone else. Don't do that at all. They can do whatever the hell they want to do. You just need to start riding and sticking up for your side of the game. You don't have to belittle anyone. You don't have to be belligerent to none of that. You can just be like, divine feminine, we riding. We this. We're this to the universe. We do this in the universe. This comes through us, through the universe. You start to pump that up, because that's who you truly are. That's what the universe chose you to be. So please, 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 let's put on the divine feminine jerseys for the women and start mashing. And also for the other side too, but there's more men trying to be women than women trying to be men. But same thing goes for them too. Same thing goes for them too. You were chosen to be what you are in this experience for a reason. Figure that shit out. And stop trying to run from your damn lesson. So, as you can see, like the swimmer, the transgender swimmer, who is now the champion, broke the record or some shit as a woman, but you were ranked number 400 and something as a dude. This shows you the fuckery. And this shows you that men and women are not the same. As much as they do, oh, we all the same, there is no such thing as gender. It's not. Well, how come I can lift 700 pounds as a man, like this bench press, 700 pounds, and a woman can't do that. Because we have, at minimum, 200 times more testosterone than a woman. At minimum, a man has 200 times more testosterone than a woman. At most, you just start getting up there, it's in the thousands, like 2,000 times more testosterone. When you start to look at them big old super swole niggas in jail, or those big UFC fighting dudes like Brock Lesnar and all them type of cats. And you trying to tell me we the same? Absolutely not. But if you let them ride with that damn narrative in our society, that will take hold. If you just sit back on the sideline and don't do anything, and again, you don't have to protest against it, you just need to ride for your shit. That's all. Again, you don't have to be negative. You just got to be positive. Put the positive energy out for you. Don't put the negative energy out for that. Don't let them do whatever the fuck they gonna do. Because the positive energy that's going to come from you is going to be that passion that you have for your energy. And we need to do that. And men, we need to ride for the divine feminine as well. This can't just be the women doing that. We need to ride for the divine feminine as well. We all need to get on that shit. And again, we don't belittle, we don't down anybody else, but we are mashing. We on the horses. We riding. We riding for the divine feminine, damn it. Because this shit is starting to get ridiculous. Yo, did you hear about my boy? I said at the beginning, Kyrie. Kyrie for the win. Love you, Kyrie. Now, Kyrie got some help, though. Kyrie won. Kyrie with the fade. Whoa, fade from the half court fade away. He won. Now, how did he win, though? Because the white people came and helped him out. Hate to say it. The Caucasoids came and helped Kyrie out. God damn it. Because they wasn't gonna lift. If they left it just on him to lift the law, if it was just on Kyrie, if it was just affecting Kyrie Irving, that law's not getting lifted. That law, Kyrie, they don't give a shit if you don't play in the Barclays Center, nigga, for the rest of your life. What affected it was baseball season, which is all Caucasians. We mostly Caucasians. How many of you niggas watch baseball? About 3? If that, about 3 of y'all watch baseball. I don't know nobody watch baseball. It's the most boring goddamn sport that watching baseball when you're there, because you get to drink, you get to eat food and shit, you get all that. But sitting back and watching baseball, niggas like watching paint dry. That shit is the most boring bullshit ever. But Caucasians love that shit. Why? I think maybe because it's the least athletic sport. But you do your own evaluation. But Kyrie got some help from the baseball Caucasoids. However you do it, but you can see, as long as they was gonna let melanated people or brothers suffer from this damn thing, all fine. But soon as the industry that's predominantly Caucasian comes in, the sport that's predominantly Caucasian, all the nigga sports, oh, y'all niggas, no, mandate, nigga. But this brother, who's the mayor, soon as the Caucasian sports getting ready to come in, them Caucasian billionaires jumped on. You better lift this goddamn mandate, nigga. I got a motherfucker over here who is batting 500. I got a nigga batting 500 over here, fool. If you don't lift this damn mandate, you out of here next month, nigga. Oh, okay. Trust, that shit came down. Somebody came down and was like, nigga, you better lift these damn mandates so this motherfucker back here that we drafted last week can play. So that's why Kyrie won. I mean, he won on his own too. I ain't gonna take it away from him because he was still winning. He was able to go to the Barclays, no mask. He was winning. Dropped 50 on him. They said, oh, nigga, dropped 60. Shout out to the Mamba. Threw the little finger up to the Mamba as he dropped to 60. Fuck with you, Kyrie. So, shout out to Kyrie. He wins. But just so you know, this is a down period. So, you know, you had the uprise, and now this is the down period because they know these elections are coming around. So they're trying to lull you to sleep by letting you do shit at this point. Soon as those elections are over, and if they gain most of those seats back, you're going to see, oh, we got, you know, variant 7532. You know, blue 7532 that, you know, that only affects your kidney lung, the part where your kidney and your lung is almost touching. Like they're gonna create some other bullshit and try to lock you down again because this is the way. They haven't had the reset plan isn't fully implemented yet. So they need you back in the house so they can implement this shit. However, I don't think melanated, we're not going back in, not even melanated people period, are not going back in the house. So they're gonna try some other way to get us to, you know, to mash out. So just be prepared for that. But did y'all hear that your boy Roland Martin, Roland Measy, he said, yeah, I'm Boule. Did y'all hear that shit? Y'all know Roland Martin. Y'all, I mean, you gotta know the brother who was on CNN, the coon brother who was on CNN, who be pushing niggas to get into Caucasian politics all the time. But he said, yeah, I'm Boule. Now what? What you niggas done done? So just so you know, this shit is real. The cats who y'all be sitting back and we be talking about these niggas are Boule and they holding the melanated people back from rising. That he one of them cats. Stephen A is another one of them niggas. Who had the major push against Kyrie the whole time? Stephen A. Even after he dropped 50, he shitted on him for the 50. Then Kyrie dropped 60 on him, and he still tried to shit on him. Talking about Kevin Durant needs to tell him to take the crack scene and all this and that, and why won't he just take it? And why? Why won't he just take it? Take it. What the hell is that damn shit about? He ain't sick. It's absolute bullshit. And they get these niggas to do this. Oh, who is that? Oh, I am Maze. Appreciate you. They get these people to do this shit. And you know, Stephen A was Stephen A, and there was another major one who was pushing Kyrie. He was pushing Kyrie to get it. Oh, Wilbon. So he get all these so these cats are on ESPN. Mike Wilbon. So all these highfalutin Boule niggas are constantly just pushing, get it. Okay, a part of the agenda. So Roland Martin says, yeah, I'm Boule. So just so y'all know, there is a Boule, really, he admitted, that are out there and holding you niggas back from rising. So you got to get together, and that's the plan. I mean, the only way to get around that shit is for you niggas to get together and smash on that. Seriously, the Boule is the aider to the king, or at the foot of the king. So he's literally there to separate you and keep you back from his elite master. And so, you know, I don't know if he knows that, and I don't know if he knows that on, on the surface. He has to know that shit, but he don't care. That nigga don't give a shit. Neither does Stephen A. So, and what this leads into, to me, is taking out of Kobe. So I wanted to talk about that real quick. So they took out Kobe, you know, about 2 years ago. And we all were looking at these different companies, and he was involved with a pharmaceutical company. He was suing that pharmaceutical company because they had the name Mamba, but they were putting fentanyl or some shit in there, or not fentanyl, but they were putting and what is it? Code, like, what is that? Whatever this stuff is made off of, they make off of heroin. I forgot the name of that drug that they give people. Oxycontin or something like that, but they were putting something of that in the supplements. And so Kobe was suing them. And so not only that, Kobe was taking he was letting his deal with Nike lapse because he was getting ready to start his own shoe company, right? So what did you guys just hear? Vanessa who's about to get on suspect to me. Vanessa just signs the deal. She just re-signed the deal with Nike, right? So Nike now is about to come out with some new Mamba shoes. Now, again, Kobe was leaving Nike because he was starting his own company. But now Vanessa has re-signed, and now they're getting ready, and they're going to do some Mambasita shoes and all this and that type of stuff. Now, I don't know if everybody know. Y'all do know the Kardashians are allegedly, they allegedly be dabbling in the craft, right? They be dabbling in they be doing their little rituals, right? Especially the mom. The mom was into that shit way back in the day too. So all the Kardashians or Kim was so this little circle of homies. Kim, who's it? Kim, Carmelo's ex-wife, Lala, Sierra, and Kobe's wife are all best friends. They all best friends. Now, nobody was looking at Kobe's wife as being a part of the fuckery. But she hanging out with all these chicks. None of that is rubbing off on her. And what are you doing when Kobe is gone and he's away playing basketball or he's out there working? Because Kobe was gone a lot of the times, right? Kobe was gone a lot of the time. And she had her mom taking care of the kids, which is why her mom is suing her, because Kobe had promised to take care of the mom, because she took care of the kids. And so Vanessa took her out of the goddamn shit. She cut that off, cut her mom off. So again, if you ain't taking care of the kids, what you doing, Vanessa? I'm just saying. We know she could have been doing charity stuff. But that just seemed a little suspect right there. That's all I'm saying. No one looked at her, and now she's re-signing the deal with Nike, the deal that Kobe didn't want, because he was gonna make his own shoe. So I just want that was kind of like, hold up. When I heard about that. What was that? S. Montgomery, appreciate you. And so, because if you guys have heard, Kobe's shoe is like the most coveted shoe in the NBA right now because they stopped making it. So it became like it's like a collector's item. Like people be hoarding Kobe shoes like they hoard crack and shit. like seriously, it's crazy. Like go. It's a story that just came out about it. So Vanessa has made a new deal with Nike. And all I'm saying is nobody looked at Vanessa. Nobody really. Just saying. I ain't saying you. I'm just saying nobody looked at Vanessa. That's all. And really quick, so what they're trying to do again, this globalization through the cracks in nation, because that's the major push, is they're erasing. They want to erase all of the borders, right? So they're trying to erase all of the borders, which is kind of symbolic because if you don't have boundaries, see, borders are boundaries, right? If you don't have boundaries, then you can be invaded by anything, and that's physically or mentally when you don't set boundaries. And so this is what's pervading throughout society, throughout the world. They're trying to erase the boundary. Old world had boundaries. All right, nigga, you stay over there, I stay over there. You take care of your shit, I take care of my shit. We good, right? And that's kind of what Putin is on. He's old world. Balance of power and shit. Balance of power means you stay over there with your power, I stay over here with my power. We don't fuck with each other, and we good. We need to do something. We need to handle something that involves both of us. We come to the table, we talk it out. But and then obviously on the low, we're trying to outdo each other subversively, on the low, but on the surface, we good. And so that's the balance of power. And they're trying to erase all of that, erase the boundaries with this globalization, because again, when you don't have boundaries, you're able to be invaded by anything. And so this is, the medium of today. So you got to stop that. You got to, and this goes back to transgender. No boundaries with, male and female, or no boundaries in in the sex world, or in school, or whatever the fuck it is. They're trying to erase all these different boundaries, and that extrapolates to everything that's going on in society. Because once they implement this whole shit, once you start clamoring for a one world government, because they're about to bring that shit off, they're trying to make Putin um, set off a nuke. So if that happens, you're going to see the whole world try to come together against one dude. And this is when you're going to see all of their bullshit implemented into the excuse me, into that one world. The digital ID, all of the programmable cryptocurrency, all of this shit is the plan. So what I'm saying is we need to get together. The only way we're gonna beat this shit is if we come together to fight this shit, because they know if they separate, this is why they have us fighting on 50 million things. If we're fighting on 50 million things, then we can never come together on just that one thing against them. So again, put away the bullshit. Start understanding and learning. You got to learn government in order to fight back. The colonizers in America, they left a great system that they stole from the Aboriginals. They did. They left a great system that locked up, that locked up your rights, that secured your rights. So they've been trying to find a workaround from this shit the whole time. They found it through corporations, through your dependency on corporations. So, this is how they got you. But again, if you start to understand the laws and governments of the land of which you live, you can take that shit back. The only reason they can get you is because they know you don't know anything, you don't know how to counteract it. They can do all of this stuff because they know you don't know how to fight back. But if you understand and start learning law and government and learning, you have to learn the system in which you're in if you want to take advantage of it. If you want to succeed in that system, you can't be begging to succeed in an environment where you don't understand the environment. How can you succeed in that environment? You cannot, without somebody fucking carrying your ass. So they understand that shit. And this is where we got to get back with ourselves. I'm sorry, y'all got to start learning government. Y'all know, y'all know what we talking about. That's just starting with laws and understanding your rights here. And this is just the first part of it. Just learning certain rights here, but learning government. You got to learn the government in which you're in, because there are so many ways for you to fight back against the government. They got so many checks and balances. I've told y'all about bonds. They got bonds. You can lock the government up forever just placing liens on bonds. Y'all don't even know that. You can lock the government up. All the government officials who are doing this shit, you can lock them niggas up forever just with bond paperwork. They call it paper terrorism, but it's not. It's you fighting back with the laws that were given. So, again, the system, like I said, the colonizers, they left you a great system that they stole. Again, let's be clear. They stole this from the Aboriginals. The Great Law of Peace, the Constitution comes from the Great Law of Peace, and they stole this system from the Aboriginals. But it's here, and it's there for you to use. The mechanisms are in place, but if you don't use that shit, then you can't be fucking crying when the shit comes down. So be ready for the cyber attack shit. You got to get ready. Be ready for the crypto change. You got to get ready for that shit. Get your money aside. And this is not no alarmist shit. This is just being prepared for shit that they're openly telling you is going to come down the line. They're telling you, this ain't some shit that you seeing on YouTube or some conspiracy video or some shit. These niggas are telling you this shit on the news, in the public. They're saying, look, get ready for this, get ready for that, get ready for this, get ready for that, which means they're about to do the shit at some point when it becomes pertinent to the plan. So I advise y'all to get ready, man. And one of the last things I want to say, shout out to Jordan Maxwell. If y'all don't know who Jordan Maxwell is, Jordan Maxwell is like the godfather of conspiracy theories. For the conspiracy world, not conspiracy theories, but the conspiracy world. Him and a guy named Anthony Hilder. Go look Anthony Hilder up. Crazy white dude. Really funny white dude. So, but Jordan Maxwell, Yo, who is this? Who is Jay Everything? Yo, mods, if somebody in there trolling, make sure you kick them out. But so Jordan Maxwell and Anthony Hilder, back in the day, they were the ones who came out with all this information about symbolism and the different the Masonic orders and the different corporations had the Masonic symbolism and all that type of shit. That was Jordan Maxwell and Anthony Hilder. Really, Anthony Hilder kind of came out with it at first. Jordan Maxwell took up the baton and created this whole goddamn world, pretty much what you see today. And so the very first video that I saw that broke off some information was from Jordan Maxwell. It was called The Naked Truth. It's on YouTube right now. You guys can pull it up on YouTube right now. It's The Naked Truth. Jordan Maxwell's part comes in after the first 30 minutes. But you should watch the whole video, but it comes in after the first 30 minutes, and it's breaking down the Bible, the astrotheology, so the astrology inside of the Bible, and it's going down, from the sun, the SON and SUN being the same and all that. So that was my first video breaking that shit down. Killed the game. I was like, because I was super Christian, so I'm coming from the Christian world, and the homie put this video on for me. The homie Jamal, shout out to Jamal. He's my birthday twin. We're both born on April 7th, and which is crazy. And I met him, and he had this video. He popped this tape in, and I was like, oh shit, this was killing. And I was like, what? And so that's when I was introduced to him. Some years later, one of my friends, a homie of mine, knew Jordan Maxwell and would get information from Jordan Maxwell. But it was super complicated. So he would get the information from Jordan Maxwell and then give it to me. So I would decipher it and then regurgitate it or spit it back out to him in the way he can understand it. So then eventually, through certain times, then I met Jordan Maxwell. Then he used to, went to his house a few times. His messy ass house where he has all this information and shit. And so he was a real cool dude. Actually, he was a real cool Caucasian cat. But Jordan Maxwell's information was, it was just information that basically so they allowed him to be. So a lot of people are like, what Jordan Maxwell was a part of the conspiracy. Only in the fact that they allowed Jordan Maxwell to put that information out because he never gave you solutions. He would only alert you to the fact that this shit exists, but he would never say, yo, you need to do this, and this to get out of it. So, it's basically alarmist information. Not saying that that's what he purposely was doing, but if I come and I give you apocalyptic information that these evil cabal is running the world and has been running the world since the beginning, and then I just show you how they've been doing it, but I don't tell you how to fight back against it, that's going to motherfucking make you scared as shit. Right? You're like, oh my God, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? You've been running around like a chicken with your head cut off. So, which is a lot of most people did, and you're going to run and you're going to try to find information from anywhere you can, which will ultimately kind of lead you in stray areas and leave you vulnerable to corrupt information. So, but he put out, his information was dope. His information was real. The shit that he put out was off the chain because his uncle worked at the Vatican. So this is how he would get his information. His uncle used to work at the Vatican and get this information and be telling him and telling him shit. Then he put this shit out. So he put out the information about he not only him, but he broke down I forgot the video. It was like something about maritime law. Maritime Admiralty law. So if you type in Jordan Maxwell Maritime Admiralty law, he's really breaking off the symbolism of the court system and how the bank or the judge. So legally, the judge is called the bank. This is get your law dictionaries. The judge is called the bank, right? So that's twofold because it's a monetary system. The court is just a monetary system to to get cash out of you or to get cash. Or the cash flow or the currency, and he would break out how the currency was also the currents because the judge was also the bank. Banks are also the edges of a river that controls the flow of the water, because everything that we're in right now is a water system. We're in maritime law instead of what's called the law of the land. So you have two laws: law of the land, law of the water, Admiralty maritime law, or the law of the land, which is usually your constitution, whatever written law you have on the land. So we're all in the law of water. They basically taking you off of land and put you in water. And so he used to break down the symbolism of that. Did it super cold, but so many more videos than that though, breaking off the symbolism of all, you know, the corporations and how they're connected to the Masons and shit like that. Oh, Preston Davis, appreciate you, Preston. So, you know, but he just passed. Jordan Maxwell just passed the day before yesterday, and I had to give him a shout out because, back in the day when I first got on information, I was heavy on his videos. Like he was breaking off so much shit of the symbolism. Like if you want to really get into symbolism too, he's a big part of my symbolism knowledge, of how I learned symbolism. So again, shout out to Jordan Maxwell. He was just out there putting information. He wasn't a part of the system trying to do anything. People would give him information and he put it, and he put that shit out there, and he was like, look, this niggas is fucked up. This is how this shit goes. Y'all need to do something about it. What? I don't know. But he is the godfather or the grandfather of the conspiracy movement that you are in today. And he just passed. So I just wanted to say shout out to Jordan Maxwell. You was a real Caucasoid, brother. You was a real Caucasian. And real quick on some health stuff. Roger Gross, you always doing me right, brother. Appreciate you. You said Jordan was cool. Yeah, Maxwell, Jordan Maxwell was off the chain. So on some health stuff, really quick, because that was my business for over 20 years. Also alternative care. So a lot of people, you eat a lot of foods that create a lot of toxins within your body, right? So this is how the Boogie V was able to take over a lot of people. But a lot of us don't understand. So this is why it's very important to get massages, because massages, what happens is if you get toxins in your body, toxins like to join together because it's not supposed to be in your body. So toxins find each other and they join up in certain areas in your body and they start to harden. And this is when you get something called cyst, and then the cyst turns into tumors and stuff like that. But what happens if you are able to find the area where the toxins are joining in your body before they start to harden, and let you know they harden over a long time, like over a year or so. It takes a while for it to start to harden into, it starts to become a really hard thing and all that type of stuff. So you want to find and search your body. You all should search your body, right? All the time. Do a body check. Find out parts that are rigid and hard on your body. And I don't mean like muscular hard. I mean like where it feels like it's a knot, like it's you can't move it, or a whole part of your muscular system, or where it's supposed to be, you're supposed to be able to feel that it's really hard. It's hard for you to move around. That's going to be toxins in your body. You may find it here in your neck, in your arm, in your chest, sometimes even in your head. You may find a spot in your head that's really sensitive. That's toxins gathering together in your head. You want to massage that out. It's going to be really painful. I'm going to let you know, toxins gathering within your muscle area creates pain because it's softening the tissue in that area. So usually if you feel it, if you start to press on it, you're going to feel some pain. If you feel pain when you press on a hard part in your area, that's toxins. So you want to massage that area out. You do it yourself, go to a masseuse, but get that shit out. Move that shit around in your body. Don't let it just sit there because again, it becomes hard. This is what becomes cyst and then tumors. Oh, Rainstorm, appreciate you, Rainstorm. What's that? Oh, salute back to you. So, I do this all the time because I go on and off. 2 months out of the year, I'll do a cleanse. As you guys just saw, I came off the cleanse, but I eat some bullshit throughout the year. Y'all know I'll be on my turkey burger shit all the time. And so, a lot of times, that the bullshit that you eat will create toxins. And so you got to feel around in your body and move that shit around, and then drink a lot of water to flush it. You have to drink a lot of water to flush it. Now, another gangster thing to do, this is for my gangsters. If you that gangster, if you this gangster, let you know. You can push the hard parts. If you feel it, if you feel a certain, so say the area in my arm, I felt this whole area around here was hard. I can squeeze the area together till I get it to a certain lump right here, and then push and squeeze the toxins out of that part. You can do that too, and that will release. That's the fast way to get the toxins out of that area. Massage into one little small area until you feel that little lump, and then squeeze and squeeze and squeeze, and then you can get the toxins. You can get the toxins out of your arm that way, or wherever body part that is. But that's for my gangster people. But that is a very quick way to get toxins out of the area so that they don't build up in your body and create all these different diseases. That's really all what creates diseases in your body. These toxins that you don't flush out of your body, that you don't flush through your your lymph nodes. Again, massage your inner thighs and massage your calf everywhere on your body. Feel for rigid, hard spaces. That's very important. I've been meaning to tell y'all that back in the day because I saw something where somebody was talking about they had something about a tumor, or they thought may have been a cyst that became a tumor. And I just wanted you guys to know how that stuff happens. You can alleviate that stuff yourself. These things don't have to become disease. You eat a lot of fuckery, a lot of bullshit, yes, but you can alleviate that yourself just by doing the work. If you're gonna eat the shit, you got to do the work to get it out. So it's either dieting, flushing the system yourself, or feeling around for those hard spots and massaging that shit around your body so it doesn't harden up and become cancer. Ultimately, these things, that toxins, when they harden, they go into cysts, they become tumors, and they can become cancerous. So this is how that shit happens, and the way for you to alleviate it is to massage and get that shit around. All right. So again, when you guys, and again, eating healthy flushes the system. When you guys order the Great Book of Melanin Research, teaches the information that they've been doing, the research they've been doing on your body or your melanin for the last 116 years, showing how you are a superhero, literally. When melanin makes you Black Panther. So I'll get you guys, we'll get the Alkaline Cookbook. Who is that? Oh, Brother Wise. What up? Dream Wise. So I'll get you the Alkaline Cookbook. This comes at digital, though. This is a digital cookbook. So stop asking me when I send you your packages, where's the hard copy book? It's digital. I send it to you when you make your order. So I send you digital copies of the Great Book of Melanin Research. This is in there. Just search the whole thing. This will be in there. All right. So, but you got to start eating healthy. If we got to get on this. This is the new paradigm. We got to get on a new shift. Understanding the system legally, understanding the system financially, understanding the system, as far as our health. This is our time to elevate. While these Caucasians are fighting and trying to figure out who's gonna take over the fucking world, this is our time to rise up and let's get our grip in this shit. All right, but we got to come up out of the bullshit. We got to learn the system that we're in and how to take advantage of that environment. And you can't do it if you're just sitting on your ass waiting for the so-called leaders to tell you what to do. All right. So again, get on over to the Know Your Rights Foundation and get your package. KnowYourRightsFoundation.org. If you just want the police package, constitutional rights card. This is what you hand these police officers, and you say, "I don't answer questions." This tells the police officers what laws, what your rights are, and what'll happen if they violate your constitutional rights. This tells the police officer you are going to lose what's called qualified immunity, that armor that the Supreme Court gave them for if they violate your constitutional rights when they don't know. Well, if you tell them they're in danger of violating your constitutional rights before they do it, then they're responsible for it after they do it. Because it says a police officer who knowingly violates your rights loses qualified immunity. And that's what this card says. And it shows them. So right here, these are the cases. These are the Supreme Court cases that break that off right here. And then, again, you already know, I showed y'all this before. This is the the Know Your Rights Manual. This has all the traffic stop laws that you need to know, or most of them. and the Terry stop laws, which are police stops on foot. Oh, who was that? Lowland Profits. What up? Appreciate you, brother. So this tells this tells or gives you everything that you need to know about police stops, the basics about police stops. If you want to get deeper and learn the law, get on over to knowyourrightsfoundation.org and be a volunteer and join the movement, man. We're growing like crazy. We got so many people in here right now. It's off the chain. Everybody loving each other. Everybody's loving it. Everybody's challenging each other. Everybody's growing at a super fast rate. So this is the basics. If you want to know more of the basics, get on and be a volunteer. Again, you already know if they violate your constitutional rights, you've been seeing these people are mashing out right now. They're about to take the mandates down in California because they've been mashing out in California. So the crack scene mandate. Hold up. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I got a Spanish one and okay. So I have it in Spanish as well. So they're taking down the crack scene mandates in California. That's because these groups have been placing bond claims or bond liens on the officials in California. So Monday, not Monday, but April 1st, they voted to take down the indoor mandates, the indoor crack scene mandates. So I'm telling you, the bond shit is it's off the chain. It's the biggest game that they don't tell you about because they have these checks and balances. And why would they tell you what their weakness is? Of course they wouldn't. I'm not gonna tell you. I'm not gonna tell you. If you guys ever seen there's a martial arts movie called Fist of the White Lotus. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Fist of the White Lotus. Now, basically, this brother, the bad guy, he had impenetrable body. Like you couldn't penetrate his body, right? When he fought, iron body. But he had one vulnerable spot, and he could move it around. He could move it around with meditation. So whenever you would come to try to fight him, you thought you knew where his vulnerable spot was. You would hit it like, nah, nigga, that shit's moved. So that's what the government is like. That's what the system is like. They're pretty much impenetrable, but they got vulnerable spots, and they start to slide that shit, and they move the shit around so that you can't find it. However, that vulnerable spot is there, and it's called the public official bond. And if you hit that spot, you make that whole body collapse. I ain't gonna tell you what happened in the movie where the vulnerable spot was, because that'll fuck up the movie. But go watch it. Fist of the White Lotus, one of the greatest kung fu movies of all time. God damn it. All right. So again, the police stop law package. Also, we got the vaccine religious exemption cards, because they, at some places they're still trying to. What they did was they said that we're taking down the mandates, but we're leaving it up to the facilities, the businesses, if they want to still force people to or to show vaccination, proof of vaccination, right? Now that's discrimination. That's pure discrimination, which you're protected against. You can't leave it up to the business. So that's what this card is for right here. That's specifically what this card is for. If you leave it up to a business to discriminate against a client or a customer, that's against the law. So bam, right there. And you can only get this right now. Oops. So you can get this right now. I'm throwing this in the package, in the police stop law package. If you order from realnoggets.com, if you order the Great Book of Melanin Research, I'll put this in the package only for this is the New Year's deal. So you got what? 5 more days or 6 more days? after the first, this is not going to be in the package. You can only get this from knowyourrightsfoundation.org. All right. And then we also got the police flashcards. Police stop flashcards right here. Volume 1, Volume 2. All right. Get in the game. Just the cliff notes. And then you see we got the Spanish version. All right. There's no reason for you guys not to know your rights right now. Spanish, we got the full English package, full Spanish package, knowyourrightsfoundation.org. Get in the game, learn this system, and start to fight back. All right? I'm about to get on out of here, y'all. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. And again, shout out to the brother Kyrie. We won, baby. Kyrie, you won, baby. All right, y'all. I'm out of y'all in a minute.